Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm here to do a quick kind of demonstration video. I've been meaning to do it for a while, amongst other things. I'm slowly getting through my list, nearly on top of everything I've been meaning to do. So this video is going to be walking you through Cronometer. So Cronometer is the tracking app that I use when I'm not jotting stuff down. I like to jot stuff down, but lately when I've been really watching my portions and the quality of the food, so the nutrient density and the macros, I like to use Cronometer. It also allows me to track my exercise and all the different types of exercise that I do, and it's free too. It's a lot more advanced than my Fitness Pal is. Cronometer is also vetted, whereas my Fitness Pal is not. That means that there's a team of people that will monitor and compare that what the nutrition label says and what is put into the app is correct. Unlike my Fitness Pal, there's nobody vetting it. So if you put numbers in and you say green tea has 100 calories, even though it has 0, that tells the rest of the world that. So there's nobody monitoring it. But I really like Cronometer. You can get a paid version. You can send friend requests, but I'm a big fan of it, hence why I'm showing you it, because there's a couple of you that I've asked to incorporate it. At this time of the year, at my discretion, I pull out different tactics. Christmas is coming up, to just kind of give people a push along to where they should be going with their goals. Still always focusing on health first, but just kind of integrating some other tools that I don't know, some people have a negative association with, but again, they're just tools to me and they're not to be used in the long term, the likes of this or weighing your food or whatever, but it's something to kind of get you in the short term to your goals and then back to the other tools that you've learned along the way. So it all goes hand in hand, and truly, if you're using all of it and you get to your goal and you continue to use everything, there's no way you'll go backwards. So I'm going to show you Cronometer. So this is on iPhone, and you go into the App Store. I'm sure you know where the App Store is. And I'm just going to show you this way, but I'm going to talk you through it. I could have shared screen, but I'd have to be doing that on my phone, and you know what? I just can't be bothered doing that today. So it's up here, and it's a little gold apple. It says Cronometer right there. Okay, so that's the free one. So you click into Cronometer and you create your account. I haven't filled in today, but I'll fill in one or two things as we're talking to show you. So this is what Cronometer looks like. And here you can see on the top, I've had no calories today. I haven't used any percentages of my macro or micronutrients. That's what the percentage is. And you can see I haven't filled out my daily caloric expense so far, even though I've been in the gym and earned approximately 800 or 900 calories from 3 hours weightlifting in the gym. What's there right now with the fire beside it is my daily requirements for energy to survive, taking into account my age, my height, my activity level, my muscle mass, and energy required to prevent organ failure and death. So that's what that is. So what you do is you create your profile down the bottom right hand corner, and I'm assuming that it's the same for Android. I don't see why it wouldn't. You put in your details, you got your account details, and then you've got your body details. So you manually will fill those in. The body mass index, it'll fill that in for you itself. You put your height in, you put your weight in, your activity level. I have mine at accurate. It should probably be high, but I like to be harder on myself. So I keep things tight. I don't like to give myself too much of a window because then I start to mess around. So I like to keep things tight, if that makes sense. So now down here on that same page, under settings, you see there's options for macronutrients and micronutrient targets, and sync with Apple Health and all that other crap. But there's a sharing option where you can send me a friend request. I don't know if you have to do that on the paid version though, but you can play around with it and check it out. Anyway, so what I do, and this is how I set my macronutrients, taking into account that I'm not playing about like people that do the IFYM do. So their rules are that if they follow macronutrients, you can eat whatever you like as long as you stick in your macros. There's no regards to health in it. So if you want to spend all of your carbs on a donut, then you do that. There's no requirement to health. When I fill in my macronutrients, obviously I'm still following what I teach you, like the dense nutrition aspect of it. So then you click on macronutrients, and believe me, it is easier to just do it like this than to share a screen. So it says show full macronutrient breakdown. I have that turned on. Use net carbs. I have that turned on. Include sugar, alcohol in net carbs. Yes. Diet profile is fixed target right there. So I have my calories set. I tried to keep the minimum and maximum in a nice range. Depending on my goals, it's coming close to Christmas now, so I've set myself a lower minimum, but I'm still making sure I'm getting the nutrition, so I'm not going to go into starvation mode or malnutrition. The calories are a little bit lower, so I'm going to be very smart. And remember what I told you when we first met, was if you're eating very nutrient dense foods, it's naturally lower in calories. So you don't have to stress. You're not stressing. You're not even going to meet the calories. I have 1,400 calories here. And you're going to say, holy moly, that's low. It's just a number though. I don't follow that. Most of the time when I reflect over Cronometer, I'm like at 1,000 a day, but I'm still putting on lean body mass. My thyroid's not slowed down. My hair is not falling out. I haven't missed a period at all. Everything is still, I've loads of energy. I sleep well because the 1,000 calories, it might sound low to a lot of people, but going back to that, if you eat very nutrient dense foods, they're naturally low in calories. And that this week I've had grass fed ribeye steaks. I've had chicken, I've had cheese, I've had greens, I've had nuts. I've had everything I wanted. And one day I had some cinnamon roll, and that's actually in Cronometer, so I was able to track, and that showed me what that took away from my macronutrients, which was pretty much all my carbs. So then you have protein, minimum and maximum, keep them the same. Net carbs, minimum and maximum, keep them the same. Don't give yourself a range. It won't even tell you what's going on with your range. It'll always show you the minimum. And then fat, minimum, maximum, keep them the same. So I'm going to just move on really quickly. You come back here. So I just went back arrow. So I'm back to this page again, my account with my body details and all. And I'm going to click on this time the bottom left. It says my diary. I didn't pay for this, so I get ads. And that brings you back to this page, my diary. So I'm just going to fill in something. So I'm going to put in mushroom coffee with the amount of brain octane that I use when I'm on a fat loss campaign. So brain octane, that's bulletproof brain octane MCT oil. So this is the amount I use when I'm on 1.25 mils, which is tiny, but I'm on a fat loss campaign coming up to Christmas. And I'll also add in my activity. So I was in the gym today. I did resistance training. And I like to be really cheap with myself. So I was in the gym for 3 hours, so that's 180 minutes, but I'm just going to put in 120 minutes. Most of the time I don't pay attention to the fire burning exercise on the corner there because I know every day I'm active and I'm very active. So now you've seen I put in the mushroom coffee, I put in the brain octane and the resistance training. So in red it says how much energy I've burned, so that takes it away from my calories. But again, don't look at that. Always just keep looking at the percentages and where it says calories eaten. So I'm going to click on the percentage, and it's going to show you that so far I've had 163 calories. Doesn't sound right. Well, oh, I must have put something in wrong. I put something in wrong. So 1.25 mils. I put in 1.25 tablespoons, so that's wrong. Okay, so 12 calories from that little bit of MCT oil, because there's no calories in the mushroom coffee. You click on the percentage sign, and this is what it looks like. So it's going to break down now, and you can see, and you'll see this when you look at your own. I'm just kind of waving it in your face a bit. It has energy, 11.6 calories, protein, 0, because there's no protein in MCT oil or coffee. Net carbs, none. I haven't had any carbs today. And fat, I've had 1.2 grams of fat. That's 3% of my daily allowance, which right now is 50 grams of fat a day. So I've used 3% of my daily allowance. So it can show you exactly everything there. And then if you scroll down here on that same page, if you scroll down, so there was my stuff, my macros at the top. Now it's going to tell you the percentages of micronutrients you're hitting. And this is what I love that MyFitnessPal does not do. It'll tell you it even breaks down the essential amino acids. So it tells you protein, but it'll also go in and it'll tell you histidine and leucine and lysine, methionine. It'll tell you everything. It's so good, and it's free. So then you just add your stuff in as the day goes by with this little plus sign. With the plus sign, there's an option to scan food. You can scan food, and it has a huge range, and it's so easy. You just scan the barcode on whatever you're about to eat. And then there's an option for my foods. It's the second button in from the left, and then you can add new foods, and I do that a lot because I can't eat a lot of the same stuff that might not be on this. And then at the end of the day, you mark your day as complete. It'll tell you your percentage targets. You can see if you hit your targets or if you're below. You can see where your calories, how many calories you ate for the day. You'll know in your head what you've given yourself for the max. You'll see how many calories you've burned. This is a great tool. The reason I'm showing some of you this now, or asking some of you to use this now before Christmas, is because it'll tighten up the window. It'll keep you laser focused and keep you more kind of laser focused going into Christmas. It's not something you do all the time because it can become very obsessive unless you're an athlete or you're a teacher like me and you need to monitor it all the time. But it's a very good tool to use. And I love that it shows the micronutrients. But that's how you could use that tool for the next few weeks, bringing you up to Christmas, to just kind of monitor yourself a little bit more, and keep your window tight. I don't recommend that anyone really goes under 1400 calories. I don't think that's wise for you to do that. I said that most of the time I don't meet 1,000 calories a day. Yes, I did say that, but remember, I've been doing this 14 years. I have an expansive knowledge of nutrition and how to get micronutrients into me and all different hacks, and I take about 25 different supplements a day. So remember that. I would say 1,400 calories right now is going to be nice, and don't do this in the long term, that because you will adapt. So this is just another tool. Use it wisely is what I'm saying. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. I gotta go now. Enjoy the rest of your day. There's fluff in my hair, and no doubt I'll chat to most of you very soon. Okay, adios, bye.